The Chandrayaan-3 spacecraft performed yet another operation on Wednesday, bringing it closer to the moon just a week ahead of its scheduled landing. At around 8:30 am on August 16, the spacecraft's orbit was further reduced to 153 km into 163 km around the moon. This was the last of the mission's lunar-bound maneuvers, which began on August 5 as Chandrayaan-3 entered the lunar orbit. On August 17, the lander module of the Chandrayaan-3 spacecraft will separate from the propulsion module. ISRO has planned August 23 for soft landing the mission on the south polar region of the moon's surface. With the success of the Chandrayaan-3 mission, India aims to become only the fourth country in the world to land on the moon after the United States, China and Russia.
News for all the countrymen who are keenly watching the journey of Chandrayaan-3. In fact, the journey of Chandrayaan-3 is being watched across the world with a lot of interest, a lot of inquisitiveness. And the heartening piece of news that I wish to share is that Chandrayaan-3 has finally completed its last lunar maneuver. It's entered into an orbit of 143 kilometers by 153 kilometers. And now the next important milestone would be the propulsion module, which we expect to happen on the 17th of August, following which then the location of the landing would be determined, the exact location somewhere close to the South Pole, which we expect to happen, the exact landing on the 23rd of August around 5:30 p.m. in the evening. And this mission is going to achieve a number of firsts, and the entire world is going to be benefited from that. For example, it was Chandrayaan-1 which discovered the presence of water on the surface of moon, and Chandrayaan-3, when it goes around raking in the south polar area where we have craters of water, it's possible that we might be able to achieve some more evidence of the presence of water and the other such molecules which have a connection with the possibility of human habitat being possible over there. Plus there will be in situ experiments, the results of which, the inferences of which will be obtained not only by the Indian agencies but also by the most premier agencies like the NASA of America.
Odisha's ancient architectural marvel, the 13th century Sun Temple at Konark in Puri, is famous all over the world. The UNESCO World Heritage Site attracts lakhs of visitors from different parts of India and abroad every year. From now on, Americans who have not visited Konark as yet will get an idea of the monument's magnificence with a replica of the huge wheel of the temple installed in their land at the famous Times Square. An installation of this huge piece of attraction has been possible because of the endeavor of celebrity chef Vikas Khanna. On the occasion of the 77th Independence Day, prior to the unveiling, Khanna tweeted, "Billions of eyes worldwide will be on Odisha tomorrow." In another tweet, Khanna said that he has been inspired by the sand art of the Konark wheel sculptured by renowned sand artist Sudarshan Patnaik. Patnaik too, in a tweet, thanked Khanna for all his efforts to showcase Odisha's rich art and culture in foreign land. It has been learned that the sculptures of the Lalitgiri area in Jajpur district of Odisha have made this replica of this Konark wheel.
The Nehru Memorial Museum and Library has been officially renamed as the Prime Minister's Museum and Library Society with effect from August 14th. The Vice Chairman of the Prime Minister's Museum and Libraries Executive Council said this in a post on X. The post reads, Nehru Memorial Museum and Library is now Prime Minister's Museum and Library Society with effect from August 14, 2023, in tune with the democratization and diversification of the remit of the society. The post also had a picture of the Teen Murti house. The renaming has prompted sharp reactions from the Congress as the Teen Murti Bhavan had served as the official residence of India's first Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru. As per reports, in mid-June, in a special meeting of the Nehru Memorial Museum and Library Society, it was resolved to change its name to Prime Minister's Museum and Library Society. And it was decided by the Nehru Memorial Museum Library authorities to make August 14 as the date for the renaming to come into effect.
You know, I would not like to take a political question, but I will respond in terms of what the Nehru Memorial Museum Library, which is now Prime Minister's Museum and Library, has done. If you have seen the Nehru Museum earlier, you will get an idea of how the Nehru Gandhi family, which was in charge of that institution for long years, how they had set up that museum. If you just were to reflect on that, I would say that it would give you an idea of what kind of thinking they had in terms of projecting Nehruji. If you come now to the Nehru Memorial Museum and Library, you will look at the Teenmurti Bhavan, how we have showcased Nehru, his temples of modern India, the Hirakud Dam, Nagarjun Sagar Dam, his idea of setting up institutes of technology, planning commission. In his 17-year tenure as Prime Minister, the phenomenal work he did in various aspects of this nation's life. It is all showcased now. I would request anyone who has any doubts about how we have handled the whole Nehru question, I would request them to please come and take a look at the Nehru Museum today. You will get an idea of how we view Jawaharlal Nehru, and we are very proud of that legacy and Nehruji's contribution, and we have done everything possible to showcase that to the people.
Under the influence of a cyclonic circulation over the northeast and adjoining east central Bay of Bengal, a low pressure area is likely to form over North Bay of Bengal around 18th of August. As per the IMD, light to moderate rainfall continues over several places of Odisha. There is a possibility of heavy rainfall in some parts of the state in the coming days. In view of the forecast, the IMD has issued an orange warning for heavy to very heavy rainfall in some districts of Odisha. For the next 24 hours, a yellow warning has been issued indicating heavy rainfall at one or two places over the districts of Keonjhar, Mayurbhanj, Baleswar, Bhadrak, Kendrapada, Jagatsinghpur, Malkangiri, Koraput and Nabarangpur. In the subsequent 24 hours, heavy to very heavy rainfall is very likely to occur at one or two places over the districts of Puri, Khordha, Cuttack, Angul and Sambalpur. In view of the forecast, IMD has issued an orange warning for these districts. A yellow warning for heavy rainfall has been issued for Baleswar, Bhadrak, Jajpur, Kendrapada, Jagatsinghpur, Nayagad, Ganjam, Gajapati, Keonjhar, Mayurbhanj, Dhenkanal, Devgarh, Bargarh, Baud, Sonpur, Nabarangpur, Malkangiri and Koraput. From August 18 to 19, IMD has issued orange warning in places like Kalahandi, Kandhamal, Bolangir, Nuapada, Nabarangpur, Malkangiri and Koraput. Several wagons of a coal-laden goods train got detached from the engine near Titlagarh railway station in Bolangir district on Wednesday. As per initial reports, 8 wagons of the goods train got decoupled near the Khajurpada railway crossing. The goods train was on its way to Titlagarh from Sambalpur when some of its wagons got detached from the engine. The incident came to light after the guard of the train informed the matter to the driver. but by the time the goods train engine had already covered a distance of over 1 kilometer. Later, efforts were undertaken to reconnect the wagons of the goods train.